Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? It's your boy KrazeyKrayze. Welcome to the Last of Us Part 2 review. In this review, we're going to be talking about the good things and the bad things of Last of Us Part 2, and we're going to be going over probably our four different sections of the game, which will consist of graphics, sound, animation, and story, and probably gameplay. But gameplay is like the big one, which everything falls into. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first one we're going to go over is the graphics. Now, the graphics in Last of Us Part 2 were some of the best graphics I've ever seen in a game. What were the graphics like? Were there any lighting issues, any, shadow glitches, anything like that? Was there any problems? From my playthrough, link is in the description if you haven't seen it. I did a live stream of it. From my playthrough, I found no glitches. The game was beautifully polished up. So the delays that they took for the polishing and everything were perfect. Like they absolutely smashed it out of the park with that. The buildings, the what do you call it? The clouds, just the way the sun, the rain sounds, like the way the rain looked, and like when you break, the windows, like the light reflecting off the windows, you can't really see in the windows until you break it. The characters were just beautifully made, like the expressions, which I'll go more into, which I'll put into animation. The way the clickers looked, the shamblers, the rocking, and just the underground, the cars, every little thing was just such perfection. It looked like real life. So the graphics, I'm gonna give it a 10 out of 10. I mean, there's not much you can say for the graphics. I mean, end of the day, the graphics were a 10 out of 10. It's probably the best graphics I've ever seen in a game. So next thing we're gonna talk about is the sound. How was the sound? Was it distorted? Was it too, packed together to the point where you can't hear anything? But no, the sound was literally like it was just below perfect. It was, for me, it was like a 9 out of 10. Why was it a 9 out of 10? Because, I mean, for the good points, I mean, you could hear clickers wherever they were. Like, if they were in a room and the room was empty, you could hear the echo. If there was a lot of stuff, if there was a lot of stuff in a room or something, and, to damp out the sound, you wouldn't hear an echo. The sound, I think, was perfect. I don't think they messed up with the sound except for a couple of parts. I think the only thing they messed up on the sound was when you're using your hearing ability. It would always, like, you can hear people all around you, but the only person you couldn't hear was the big brutes that carry, those huge pickaxes. You just can't hear them even with the hearing. So they always would come, on the side of me and just bash me across the face with a pickaxe, and I would, never hear them, and it would always be too late. They would, they would tell everyone where I am. They would all rush. They would shoot me, and I would die. And I died a majority of times that way. It wasn't just one way or anything. So I think that was the only problem with it. Otherwise, the clickers sounded amazing. The infected sounded amazing. The what do you call it? Every time you would kill an enemy, you would hear them say your name. So if you're killing them with Abby, they would say Abby. If like if they knew you, and if you were killing what do you call it, like some of the wolves, as Ellie, like every time you kill them, you'd have a conversation with them. Before you kill them, like when you're dragging them back to stealth kill them, and they would whisper, but everything would be so clear you could hear it perfectly. When the rustling of the grass, the rain dropping on certain parts, like if it's dropping on a metal grate on the floor, you can tell where it's dropped. You can tell that it's a metal grate. When it's dropping on windows, on car windows and stuff, on different material.
Oh. Ooh. Man, that fucking fire strength though.
Yara. Demons are coming. Cut her down. She's one of them. Lev. Watch your backs.
Like the sound was literally perfect except for that one point that I made about, you know, the brutes. So far the graphics 10 out of 10, the sound was a 9 out of 10. The next thing we're going to talk about is the animation, the animations. Now, how was animation? How did it differ from The Last of Us Part 1? You know, was it better? Was it worse? Was it too much? You know, how was it? The animation I think was overall some of the best some of the best motion capture slash animation that I've seen in a game. Like it was honestly, I think it was better than Red Dead Redemption 2. It was better, a lot better than some of these high end games. Naughty Dog should commend themselves because the animations were absolutely amazing. The facial expressions when you're killing someone, like the pressure when Ellie's putting pressure on someone's neck to kill them or snap their neck. You can see her biting her bottom lip, you can see her like biting her bottom lip, that kind of thing. And you know, like she's scrunching her face up, like trying to where she's looking angry and stuff. Like you can tell when they paced, like when they're tired, when they're running too much and they're tired, or when they're hurt, when they're screaming when you die. You know, their facial expressions. You know how it would, like their eyes would just open up. And it was beautiful. I mean, everything was perfect. You know, the gore, like when you're shooting someone's head off, literally with a shotgun, you see like all the blood and everything. The brains just splatter everywhere. Like the animations, like the death animations, were amazing. The stealth kills were some of the best stealth kills I've ever seen in a game. The only thing that I would say that the animation lacked on was the NPC movement. I think they didn't really get the pathing right for the NPC, for your non-playable characters, were because, for example, when I'm playing with Abby, you have a friend of yours on the side of you, Manny, who's with you. You're outside of a gas station or a petrol station in the UK. You're outside of a petrol station and you basically have to go inside the petrol station, but outside of the petrol station there's like this big container which you can hide behind. Now I'm hiding behind that container, and then all of a sudden she like phases into me, and it glitches me out of my position, and the enemies see me and they start shooting and kill me.
What are you doing? What are you doing? You just pushed me! He just pushed me! What the fuck?
And it wasn't the first time it happened. Like it happened so many times throughout the game that it literally that was one of the main reasons why I raged at the game. I raged so much at the game because of that. Like I died so many times because of it that it just pissed me off. Like I couldn't deal with it. Like I got to the point where I was like, I don't want to play this game because of it. It got annoying. Like it wasn't even like haha funny, oh wow you pushed me out. It was annoying, you know. And also another thing was like when you're in cover, the NPCs would just move around like they would literally just run everywhere like headless chicken. And at one point when I'm playing as Ellie, Dina would just run around and she was seen by one of the enemies, and I managed to shoot him and kill him before he triggered everyone. You know, before he told everyone else where I was. And Dina replies, "That's oh my bad, I'm sorry." And Ellie was like, "Okay, like hell no, it's not fucking okay. Like you stupid bitch, you nearly got me fucking killed and nearly everyone saw me. Like, why can't you just stick your ass in one place instead of moving around like a fucking headless chicken?" It's as simple as that. But I think that's the only thing. Like, I think those are the only things. Just the NPC, the pathing of the non-playable characters needed a bit of work. Other than that, animation was pretty much on point. I mean, there was no problem. I found no problems with it other than that. So for me, animations is I'll give you a 9 out of 10. And now for the next thing we're gonna talk about is overall gameplay. How did it feel? Playing as Ellie, playing as Abby. Playing the little bit that we did as Joel, and how did it feel? Overall, it felt really fucking good. I mean, I loved every second playing with the characters except for Abby, which I will tell why in a bit. I loved playing with Ellie. I loved playing with Joel. I mean, those are the only ones that you play with, but I loved playing with Ellie. It was fun. I thought they did an amazing job with her. The shooting, I loved the shooting in the game. Except for I loved the shooting, but I didn't like the aiming, if you know what I mean. I think the aiming was a bit lackluster. I think they fucked up on the aiming. I didn't like the way it locked on, and then you have to like push up on your analog stick to shoot him in the head. But the thing is, it's like forcing you to push back down though, so you would waste like most of your bullets. So I decided to turn it on to free aim, and even then it was a bit difficult, but it felt real. It felt like a real life game, like how it would be. When you're shooting someone, it annoyed me sometimes, yeah, when I couldn't get my shots off. But that's just me. I get annoyed with everything. But what else about the gameplay? I mean, just the way like when you go prone, when you're crouching in grass, and you can get up, you hear the grass crunching underneath you, and you can see little bits of falling off you. And when you're laying down in grass and you're walking, you're scurrying through the grass and stuff, and your stomach, you see the grass behind you, just dragged up, like just on the floor, just smushed onto the floor, if you will. And it was really fun. It was amazing. I mean, the gameplay was perfect. I didn't see any problem with the gameplay whatsoever. I loved every aspect of it. The free roam. I absolutely love the free roam. I think the best thing about this whole game was the fact of like this mini open. I wouldn't say open world. It wasn't really open world. It was like open landscape. This open landscape of each level where you can go and you're not stuck to just doing the main mission. Like if you can go back and you can do the you can explore a little bit in the place where you're in. Like if you're in Seattle downtown, there was so many buildings that you could explore. The puzzles were fun. I loved how you gotta find, there was saves all around, and each save had a combination that you had to find, and to find it you had to look for clues and stuff. Like one of the combinations was one of the safes that I found, and I had to find out the code for it. There was a letter on top of a cabinet, and it said something along the lines of, if you find this, I've left some supplies for you inside the safe. The code is the day we did our big win. And if you look around the caravan, there's a poster on the wall with the lottery numbers when they won the lottery, and the lottery numbers were the safe combination. And looking for it and finding these combinations were amazing. I mean, you get this sense of exhilaration, like yes, you know what, I fucking did it, hell yeah. And some of them were harder than others. Some of them you literally had to like just guess what it would be. It's like one of them, it was like, oh, I've hidden it behind your favorite drink, and inside I've hidden the code behind your favorite drink. So there is a vending machine. You break the vending machine, you take the drink out, you have a look at it, and be stapled, sellotape behind it was a piece of paper with part of the code, and it says on it, you must remember the rest of it. So if you look at it, and to figure the code out, it was a big number, then a small number, a big number, the small number. The only two numbers left was 4, 3. So it would have been big, small, big, small. So it would have been 4, and then it would have been 3. So those are the that's how it works. So it used one of every number, and it was amazing. I mean, I loved the puzzles. Throwing the ropes over the over the rails and stuff, and trying to find your way into certain areas where you can't just normally go there because the door's locked, and it was amazing. And so the gameplay was a literal 10 out of 10 from me. So the story, how did the story go? It was bad. It was terrible. It made no sense to me. I found it fucking stupid how some of the stuff played out. But yeah, let's go over the story. Something that what Last of Us 2 was made for. It wasn't just a gameplay. It wasn't just a shoot. The clickers or the infected. It was the story. Like these two characters who you fell in love with in Last of Us Part 1, Ellie and Joel, and their story, how it continued, and if you would be living under a rock, there was a time where the story got leaked how Joel died, and people saw this. I got this ruined for me by some son of a bitch that came into a fucking into my chat and decided to ruin it for me. And I was like, well, I might as well, got it ruined for me now. I'm gonna watch the video. So I watched the video, and you know what? I fucking hated it. So I'm not gonna go over the full story, but a spoiler warning: if you don't want spoilers for the game, hit the red X button. If you want to stay for spoilers because you played the game or you want to see my review, then you're more than welcome to stay. But anyways, moving on. The story. So you start off, you play as Joel a little bit. You're on your horses. I love the horse riding. Horse riding was amazing. That's something I forgot to mention. The animation for the horse and everything, that was amazing. But you play as Joel for a little bit, then you start playing as Ellie. And the first thing what happens, you play as Ellie, you wake up late, and then you meet Dina for the first time. And when you're with Dina, she's having a snowball fight with these kids, and she's like, "Hey, you wanna fuck these kids up?" And you're like, "Yeah, sure." You wanna fuck them up? And she's like, "Yeah, sure." And she's like swearing at these like 12-year-old kids having a snowball fight, and that's how it's teaching you how to throw stuff. She's like, oh, she goes, ah, you little shits, fuck you, you little shits, like just swearing at these 12-year-old kids, which I was like, why? Like, it's fucking stupid. Like, these kids want to have a snowball fight with you. Like, why are you swearing at them for? There's no need for it. But anyway, moving on, you play as Ellie for quite a bit, and then once you're playing as Ellie, you start to play as Ellie. You find this weed farm, and you and Dina have your first romantic love, and whilst you're high and that, you're smoking weed with her, and they basically finally profess their love to each other and end up making love to each other and everything. And then you start playing as Abby, and you're playing as Abby, you're trying to find Joel, and you basically get chased by a horde, and whilst you're getting chased by a horde, you manage to find Joel, and Joel saves Abby. Joel saves you whilst you're playing as Abby, and she says, "Hey, let's go back to my camp. I have a camp just north of here." And they're like, "Okay, let's go." So they jump on their horses and they go while they're getting chased by a load of horde. They're shooting at the same time, and you go inside, and all of a sudden, what do you call it? Mel introduces herself, which is one of Abby's friends. Like, "Hey, I'm Mel." Tommy's like, "I'm Tommy. This is my brother." And Joel says his name. He says Joel. He goes, "I'm Joel." And everyone just stays quiet. And he goes, "Why do y'all look like you've heard that name before? You've heard of me before." And he turns around. Abby gets the shotgun off Owen and literally shatters his knee with a shot. Basically, his leg is now hanging off. His leg is literally hanging off, and Tommy tries to run forward to help him, but they hit him in the head a couple of times with a pistol. And basically, then Abby then turns to get a fucking golf club, and decides to smash Joel with a fucking golf club, which is stupid first of all. And then basically Jesse comes back, and Jesse sees you and what do you call it? We're like half naked, and he's like, "Yo, we ain't got time. Like, where's Joel? Like, why?" And he goes, "Why aren't you helping Joel?" He goes, "Oh, we'll be waiting for an hour," and to tell them to go back, to swap shifts with them, and they haven't arrived yet. And Ellie's like, "Well, that's not like Joel. There's something wrong. We got to find her." So they split up. You play as Ellie. You find the house. You go down into the basement, and literally as soon as you go down to the basement, Joel is getting knocked the fuck out by Abby. Like, his face is swelled up, his body, like, just broken bones in his face. I'm pretty sure his ribs are broken. His eyes completely swelled up, and Ellie sees this and tries to run towards him, and they grab Ellie. Ellie slashes one of their faces, and they start kicking Ellie when she's down. And Owen comes and then says to Abby, "Hey, enough is enough. End it now." And Abby says, "Isn't what I want what you want?" And she goes, "Yeah, but end it now before more of them come." So she literally she uses a golf club, and she says she like does a hacking motion, and she just smashes it into Joel's head and kills Joel.
You scared us.
I know. How you guys doing?
We're good. Thanks.
Yeah. Can I talk to you for a minute?
You want to get those saddles off?
No, it's all right.
Why are you looking at him as if she knows him?
Oh, got any brushes or towel or anything? We want nothing.
Don't tell me
You have no idea.
Joe's a dad or something.
Electricity in here. Where the fuck have you been? There are solar panels on the roof. And who are these people? How long y'all been here? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Yep.
What are y'all doing out this way?
Just passing through. You two live nearby?
We do. A few hours down the hill. Y'all should come back with us, restock before we head out.
Appreciate it. I'm Mel, by the way.
Tommy, this is my brother.
Joe.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You heard of us or something?
Because they have.
What the fuck? Yo, what the fuck?
Nora? All clear?
He's out. Put him against the wall.
Tommy! Get off me! Get off me!
Yo, they just rocked his kneecap. What the fuck, man?
Puta madre.
Joel Miller.
Who are you?
Guess.
Why don't you say whatever speech you got rehearsed? Get this over with.
Tourniquet his leg. Do it.
Don't you fucking move.
Clear out.
Oh my god, no. Oh my god, no.
Old man.
No, 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 no.
Rush this.
No. No! No! Woo!
Joel! Tommy!
Yo, what the fuck?
How do I get down there?
What the fuck?
Okay, Shimmer. Come on. Please be okay. Joel! Tommy! You're okay. You're okay.
Oh, look up in the fence. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go.
There it is. Joel? Tommy? Where's that coming from? Joel?
Fuck. Sounded from outside somewhere.
Shit.
There, go, go. Downstairs. There, go, 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 go. Alright, do it quietly, do it. Oh, okay, it's Krazey. Oh my god. stupid fucking bitch. I swear I'm gonna fucking kill Abby.
Posted up outside.
We didn't think anyone was gonna show up.
What the hell did you expect? We gotta get out of here before the whole town's on top of us. You're done.
You want what I want, right?
End it. Now.
Joel, get up. Joel, fucking get up. Please stop.
No.
Please don't shoot. Joel,
No, 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 no. No!
Fucking kill you.
No, it was fucking stupid the way they killed Joel. First of all, you made Joel go out like a bitch, right? A main character, a main fucking character that you play as in Last of Us 1, that you have built this relationship over, you have fucked him over big time, right? And then you decide to fucking get him fucked over by Abby with a fucking golf club with no sense of self-defense, where you don't even get to play as Joel properly. You only get to play as Abby. You get to play as Joel right in the beginning just to be on the horses to go back to Jackson to play as Ellie. And that's it. We don't get to play as Joel, and you fucked him over that way. He doesn't die a heroic death, which he fucking deserved. He did not deserve no punk ass, bitch ass death like he did. Another thing is, the golf club thing, hitting him with the fucking golf club was stupid. Like, you fucking tortured him and killed our character in such a bitch, like, such a way that makes him look out like he's a fucking bitch. Like, you gave him no fighting chance. Like, I would have been fine with it if they at least, you know what, you're playing as Joel and you're shooting some of them. You know what, you're killing some of them and you're at least going out like a fucking hero, not like a bitch. You made Joel go out like a bitch. Like, what is wrong with you? A main character, something that Last of Us revolves around, him and Ellie. It's so stupid. I get it. You're trying to give Ellie this sense of revenge, of this anger. Like, you know what? Violence begets violence. Like, you fuck up someone up. And, you know, like, someone of yours will get fucked up. And it's like none of this plays out. Like, this whole game, then you're playing as Ellie. And then you play as Abby again. And then you fight Ellie as Abby. And Abby just leaves her and decides not to kill her. After Ellie went around killing all of her fucking friends. Kills Mel, who was pregnant, by the way, like 6 months pregnant. Ellie fucking shoots her and kills her. And kills Owen, someone that Abby loved. And it was fucking stupid. Like, she doesn't kill Abby. She doesn't kill Ellie. And then all of a sudden, you're on a fucking farm. And Dina's had her baby. And, you know, I'm trying not to, like, spoil it too much for you guys, but I probably have anyway. Dina's had her baby, and you know, you and Ellie are now living a happily fucking ever after on a farm. Dina, Ellie, and Dina's baby, and you now suffer from PTSD, and everything that you hear that sounds like a bone getting broken or someone getting hit with a golf club, you know, triggers these memories of Joel getting hit, and it was just so fucking stupid. I don't understand how you could fuck someone's death up who everyone loves, you know. And it pissed me off. And then you play as Abby again. You know, you're trying to find the Fireflies because you hear that the Fireflies have now come back. The Fireflies have, you know, what do you call it, remade themselves. You know, they're back. And you try to find them, but then you get fucked over and they take you and they hang you. You know, they hang Abby on this stake to, like, dry out. And then you play as Ellie because Tommy comes back and Tommy's like, you promised me you're going to find Abby and kill her for Joel. Like, you promised me, how can you do this? And Dina's like, no, she's not going to do it. And late at night, you can't sleep. So she decides to go. And Dina's like, Dina goes, oh, really, we could talk about this in the morning, just come back to bed, you know, now is not the right time for you to go. And if you go, you know, you've lost me and this and that. And it's like, excuse me, I don't give a fuck if I lose you. I've lost fucking Joel. Like, I don't know you. I don't care about you. I don't care about you. I don't care about Abby. I want to fucking kill Abby. So you play as Ellie, you're trying to hunt down Abby, and you finally do hunt them down. You save her life just to, you know, for you to try to kill her. And you have this massive fight scene, which, by the way, was amazing. The ending fight scene I loved. And then the ending fight scene I fucking loved. You know, you and Abby having a full on fight, and Ellie's built like a fucking ox. Like, she's huge. Like, she's fucking huge, you know. And you're fighting her, and Ellie's on top of Abby now, strangling her in the water, and, you know, trying to drown her at the same time. And then just gets off of her and tells her to go.
That's Abby. Oh my god, they cut her hair.
Abby. I got you. I got you. They're both this way.
Ellie's weak. They're weak. We ain't gonna make it out of this. We're not gonna die by each other's hands. We are going to die because we get shot because we can't run. Watch. Dude, they keep showing Joel's face, man. What the fuck? Hey, what up, Will? Thank you for subscribing, bro, by the way. Oh god.
I'm not doing this.
Hey, no worries, man.
I'm not gonna fight you. Yes, you will. He's not a part of this. We made him a part of this. Okay. Okay.
These are nice some pussy shit. Bro, I got no choice. Shit, I wasn't even looking, I was too busy reading your message, man. Fuck's sake. Bro, I got it's not my fault. Bro, she's built like an ox. Trust me, bro, she was bigger than this, bro, in the game. She's literally built like a small island. Why does this remind me of Naruto? No. Stop, no. Just stop. Bro, it's a long story. Oh! Oh, Joel, man.
Go. Just take him.
Like, what? Like, you made us do all of this for no fucking reason. Like, where would, like, Naughty Dog, why? Like, you killed our favorite character, right? You killed a character who was beloved to us, who we loved, who we fell in love with, who was a main character. The main fucking character you killed in such a stupid way. Now, you let Abby go because of fucking morals and shit after everything that we did. Morals went out the door when Ellie killed Mel, who was fucking pregnant. That's when the morals went out the fucking door. And it was stupid. It was fucking stupid. You go through all of this to find Nora, Owen, Mel, just to fucking find Abby. You kill all of her friends. You kill all of Abby's friends, and now you decide to leave Abby alive. And Abby decides to fucking leave you alive. And it was so stupid, the story, like the way it played out. Like, playing as Ellie was fun. I don't want to play as Abby. I don't want to go fucking hunt down Ellie. Like, and it was stupid. I mean, I don't know what else I can say from that. I did not like the story. I think the story was a major fucking letdown. So the story overall, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. I'll give it a, yeah, the story, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. It was just a huge, major fucking letdown. So, and you know, it was heartbreaking. Now that I've spoken about the story, let's get to the final score, the final verdict. What I thought of the game overall, including the story, the animation, the sound, the gameplay, the graphics and everything. The graphics, 10 out of 10, like I said before. The sound was a 9 out of 10. Animation, 9 out of 10. The story was a 5 out of 10. Overall, out of everything, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Now, I think that's a fair score. Because Last of Us is a story game and they fucked the story up big time, I don't think it deserves a big score. For a £55 buy, it's not worth it. I say if you guys want to get the game and you want to try it out for yourself, wait until it's on sale for about £30, £25, £30 or $40. Wait until then. Otherwise, I don't think it's worth the full price of £55. I think there was a lot of things that they could have built upon and done a lot better that they never did. But yeah, guys, that was my Last of Us 2 review. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got some insight onto the game. My rant on the story of how shit it was. And yeah, so guys, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like, rating, subscribe. If you want to watch the Last of Us 2, if you can't afford it or anything, or if you want to watch me play it, I will leave the link to the playlist in the description. Click on the playlist, you got all 10 parts over there. They're over an hour long each. They're about an hour to 2 hours long. Some of them are like 4 hours long. So yeah, guys, enjoy that. And yeah, I will see you into the next single player game, which would be Ghost of Tsushima, which is coming out July 17th. But until then, guys, I stream every day 6 p.m. I stream Destiny and Call of Duty Plus. So make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Jump scare. Calling it. Fucking told you. What the fuck was that whistling? Ah!